we've figured out what we've had yet, just because of guys that were injured, transfers, and incoming freshmen. Like we still, I mean, I wish I had the exact number, but I mean, there's probably 10 new guys just on the defensive side of the ball that we didn't have in spring practice. So I think that's still part of fall camp is figuring out what we do have. So
when you're teaching your defense, do you have to keep in mind that for some of these guys, this is their third system in 3 years? Do you have to keep it user friendly, or do you just kind of do what?
Yeah, I think this spring we're pretty cognizant of that.
Yeah.
I think we've had a good summer, kind of getting in some stuff that we didn't even run in the spring. But as far as learning a new scheme every year, I think our scheme's very user friendly. And I think when you look at in 2014 when we first got to Louisiana Tech, the success we had, and then going to Miami in 2019, the success that we had in the first year, I think kind of the proof's in the pudding from that standpoint.
Right.
So at the end of the day, yes, we're very cognizant of learning a new scheme, period, regardless of it being the third one in 3 years. But at the same time, this summer and really early in fall camp, we're kind of ripping the Band-Aid off, and I think it's important for us to at least hear it and have an opportunity to run it in fall camp instead of trying to pull it out of our book bag, week 3 or week 5 or whatever, and they've never heard it before. So it'll be a little give and take from that standpoint for sure.
Is there a position group, or one or two maybe, you feel like, okay, this group is pretty solid right now, maybe not as many question marks?
Yeah, I think, and like I said, just the implementation of so many new guys. I mean, the one thing I think we've done a really good job of, and I think in today's world it's imperative as a college coaches, we've created a lot of competition in every room. And even in the spring, that wasn't necessarily the case. So I'm excited about all position groups. I'm excited about, like I said, a lot of the new guys that, we spent very limited time with, and let them push some guys that, we're here in the spring.
Sure.
What is your overall impressions? Obviously, went to media days. Martez Manuel. What have you seen from him leadership-wise so far since you've been here?
I've been really impressed with his leadership. Also, just his ability to stay focused. Like in the spring, it's always, to me, that's one of the bigger challenges with a guy that didn't necessarily go through spring practice, but he was out there on the sideline encouraging. He was just picking my brain for 20 minutes before we got here in front of the media. So he's always thinking football. But especially the fact that he wasn't able to get many reps in the spring, for him to have that attitude and that attention to detail was really impressive.
For you heading into fall camp, what's some of the most important things for you to see in those initial days when people are kind of getting used to things and stuff like that? What's most important for you?
I think early on it's just going to be our effort, our attitude, and our toughness. I believe that you can make up for a lot of mistakes on the defensive side of the ball if you fly around and you hit. And obviously we can't hit the first couple days, but I want to see us start coming together as a unit. Like I continue to say, we've implemented a bunch of new players into this program, especially on the defensive side of the ball, since spring ball ended. So I'm excited to see us come together as one. I think that's going to be imperative. And then once we get down the road with that, then it's going to be about accepting their roles once they've defined their role on this team.
Last time we talked, you said the big thing for you was really building chemistry with this new staff on defense you have. How do you feel like in the offseason you guys did of kind of building that a little bit?
Staff-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great group of guys. I think we've got great camaraderie. The one thing I'll say about this staff is they are really, really good people. I think Coach Drinkwitz did a phenomenal job, and I think that's important. When you talk about as many hours and days you spend together, I do think at times there will be conflict, but it's always been healthy conflict. It's never personal, and I'm really enjoying this defensive staff.
What was your first coaching job? In high school?
High school.